Hey guys, this is Abby from your wellness staff at Campus Recreation, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to paint a galaxy. Super simple, easy level like all the paintings that I do. I'm sure you guys are going to love it, so let's get started. First things first, of course, you're going to need something to paint on. I have my dollar store canvases, but feel free to use any paper that you find around your house. I'm going to set up this little mini version of our painting today off to the side so that you guys can use it as a reference as you follow along with me. You're going to want something to be able to mix your paints on. I just have a paper plate. Of course, as always, you're going to want water to clean your brushes and just an old towel, paper towels, whatever you have lying around. For today's painting, I only used pink, blue, yellow, black, and white. Feel free to switch up these three colors any way that you want. Any combination of colors is really going to look beautiful once you add it into the night sky. Last but not least, of course, you need your brushes and painting supply. I used a thin brush to be able to get in for the trunks of the trees, a thick one to blend the background, and then our little trick of the trade is using a toothbrush. I opened up a brand new one to be able to make the stars in the sky more easy, and I'll show you guys how to do that later. Before we start painting, I'm taking a pencil and marking off where I want my trees to go. This doesn't have to be exact, you're just giving yourself a sketch to know how you're going to lay the painting out. I'm also going to put a line up at the top of the painting where I want that lightest part of my galaxy to go down into the trees. So in this next clip that I'm about to show you, you'll notice that there's already some blue marks on my canvas. I actually forgot to hit record and started painting and had to clean the canvas, so pay those no mind. So the first thing you're going to want to do is grab some pure blue and add it to either side of your sky, leaving a white line down the middle on either side of that pencil mark that you made earlier. The messier the better, so feel free to just glob it on there. Now you're going to mix just a tiny bit of black with some of that blue that you just used. It's going to end up creating a dark navy grayish color. And you can blend that right up on top of the blue that you made, keeping in mind that you're going to want the top corners to be the darkest part of your painting. Add a tiny bit of black to the top corners of your painting. Remember that black can easily overpower any other color that you put it on top of, so use it sparingly. Now that I have the blue put down on my painting, I'm moving on to the color that I used right below it, which is pink. Feel free to use any color that you want. Just keep in mind that you're going to want to clean your brush really good so that you don't get any cross-contamination from the blue above whatever color that you're using. Here you can see that I'm mixing some white with the pink to lighten it down significantly to have it fade better into the blue. You're going to add that right underneath the blue and fade it upward. Don't worry if it's not fading like you want it to now. We're going to go back in with white later and make everything blend nicely. Now we're going to go back in and make some light blue simply by just mixing white and blue. You're going to add that to either side of that white line that you have going down your page, and again blend it up into the darker color up at the sides. This is going to make it so that your light pink color doesn't look so drastic next to the blue. Once you've added the light blue, go ahead and clean your brush again and go back in with that pink. At this point, make a dabbing motion to fade it up almost like you're making clouds up into the blue. I'm going to mix a light yellow using white and yellow and add it right underneath my pink color in the sky. A lot of this color is probably going to get lost behind the trees, so if you don't have a third color, don't worry about it and just keep on layering the second color that you use downward. At this point, if any of your colors aren't vibrant enough for your liking, go ahead and remix them and just add them on right on top. Or maybe you went a little crazy with the light blue and you've kind of lost the fade into the black up on the top corners, add some more black at the top. This is your painting, guys, and nothing is set in stone. So if something isn't looking right to you, feel free to just paint right over the top of it and blend it to something that you like more. Now that you have the colors of your sky looking the way that you like, take some pure white and put a thick line right on top of that pencil mark that you made in the beginning. Get a tiny amount of white paint on the tip of your brush, and starting from the line and then working your way outward, use that dabbing motion to create a clouded galaxy effect. Before doing the same thing to the next color, clean your brush so that you don't get any blue draining into the pink. Like I told you guys before, if you feel like any colors are overbearing to the other ones, feel free to just go right over it. You see me going in with some navy blue right on top of that white that I just made to blend it out toward the sides a little bit better. I wanted my galaxy to be a much lighter color toward the center than it was on the outsides, so you'll see that I'm going in with a lot more white to lighten up that area. This is my favorite part of the painting, guys, making stars with a toothbrush. So you're going to want to dip your toothbrush into water and then mix that water with some white paint to dilute it down. Once you have the brush nice and saturated with the white paint, you're going to run your fingers along the tip of the bristles to spray the paint all over your painting. Once you have the stars looking a way that you like, go in with a thin paintbrush and add clusters of larger stars all over the galaxy. Add your last few stars and you're done with your sky. We're going to let this dry so that we can go over the top and make our trees. Make sure that your painting is dry and then use black to make the trunks of your trees going upward. It doesn't have to be perfect and it's okay if they're not completely straight lines. You're going to go over it with the branches of the trees anyways. Get just a small amount of black paint on the tip of your thick brush and dab it on your mixing surface to make sure that you don't have too much on the bristles. Using this brush, tap the paint lightly onto either side of the tree trunks. You're going to want to make them go up in triangles, so make your branches thinner and closer to the center as you go up toward the top. There's really no rhyme or reason to this, so feel free to make your branches closer together, farther apart, a little lopsided. In nature, nothing is perfectly symmetrical, so don't stress yourself out too much about it. Now go right over the bottom of your painting with a layer of black. You're going to end up getting rid of some of the branching details that you just made right at the bottom, but don't worry about it. We're going to go back over with some more details, but you want to give an idea that there is some ground level in your painting. I decided to have my trees reach a little bit further up into the sky, which is super easy to do just by extending the line that's your trunk and adding more branches on either side with black. Once you have your trees looking a way that you like, clean off your brush. Dip that same brush into white and use the same technique that I just showed you to put white on top of the branches you just made. This is going to give your trees more dimension and help it key into the white parts of the sky. Continue to dab the white downward, extending your trees into that ground level black strip that you just made. This is going to give your trees much more dimension and make them seem as if they're coming right off the canvas. With that, you are completely done for today. Make sure to sign your work, keep it for yourself, give it to a loved one, hang it up in your room. I loved working with you guys today, and I hope that you've found some wellness from these videos. Have a great one!